On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand.
Hey friends, this is The Solid Rock in the key of G. This is a simple way to chord along to this lovely hymn. Make sure to stop the video. If you click on the description below, you will find the link to the chord sheet and it'll make a lot more sense as we dive in. Okay, so we just have 3 chords that are in this song. It is really simple. I've cut out kind of the excess noise. So we have G, C, and D. And let's go through those chords and then we'll talk about how it all comes together. All right, so if you look for this group of 3 black notes, you will find the G chord, G note tucked in between those. Line up your 5 fingers and play every other note. So we have G, B, D. Okay, that's our G chord. Okay, so if you freeze your hand, move up to the C position. So you look for this group of 2 black notes, play every other finger on a note, and you have C, E, G. Okay, that's our C chord. And then one final chord, if you move up one set of notes and then just pick up this black note in the middle, we have our D, F sharp, A notes that make up that chord. And it's kind of a triangle shape. Do you see that? Okay, so review, we just have G, C, and D. D triangle, okay? All right, so left hand is going to be playing single notes. Like I said, this is a simple way to chord to this song. So we're going to put pinky on G, line up these 5 fingers, and then keep this hand here the whole song. So we're going to play G up here when we play our G single note down here. They're just going to match up. C to C, and our D to D triangle in our right hand, okay? All right, so I'm going to sing and play through verse 1 so you can see how it sounds when we add in the vocals and the rhythm, and then we'll break down that rhythm for you. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. Okay, so this one is a little bit fun in how it quickly sometimes goes from chord to chord, but for the most part, we can use this rhythm called together, right, right, together, right, right. So this song is written in 3/4 time signature. Excuse me. And so this 1-to-3 ratio where we're just playing together, then just the right hand, together, right, right. That works for the most part through a lot of songs that I teach that have that 1-to-3 ratio. Sometimes what you find, especially with hymns, is sometimes they need to share, like sometimes they have to quickly go to one chord and then go to the other chord to finish out that duration of that time. And without getting into the theory of measures and counting and all of that stuff, which can oftentimes overcomplicate things for people that just want to simply learn how to chord, I try to kind of teach it in a way that simplifies that for you. So let's just go through slowly verse 1, because guess what? Verse 1, 2, 3, 4 are identical in this song. So that is 4/5 of your song. When you learn verse 1, you'll learn all 4 of those, okay? Also, let's just notice the pattern. Lines 1 and 3 are the exact same chords, and lines 2 and 4 are the same. And that goes to show of all 4 verses, all right? Okay, let's go through verse 1. And you might just want to do right hand only when you're practicing, and then left hand only, and then bring the 2 hands together. Okay, let's just go through this slowly. My hope is built on D, nothing less. Okay, and then that picks up, we got to go at pickup chord back to the G. So we go nothing less than. We don't have enough time to hang out on that D forever to pick up that together, right, right. Okay, so this is where you're going to have to kind of notice I write the chord above the word or the syllable in which that next chord change should come. And eventually, hopefully, your ear can pick up and anticipate when your hands need to be moving to the next chord. Okay, we're going to start out with line 2 there. Then Jesus' blood and D, righteousness. Okay, notice I just went block chord through it. So I just went righteousness. I dare not trust the D chord. Sweetest frame. Here's that again. But wholly lean on D chord. Jesus' name. So So you'll notice that when you go through the whole 4 lines, it's actually repeating. It kind of goes through the same progression twice. GD, GC, DG, GD, GC, DG. And same with how fast your hands are moving at the same times. You're going to see that sync up, if that makes sense. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the chorus. On Christ the solid C chord, rock I stand, all G, other ground is, okay, D chord, sinking sand, all G, other ground is sinking sand. Okay, so for that last chorus, I left that kind of a little bit more complex than I typically do because hymns are so rich in their words, the context, but also their richness of their chords. So in the last line of the chorus, you're having a chord change per word, okay? So you'll have to just go through that slowly, like we can do it right now. All is D chord, move to the G, other C, ground G, is D, sinking sand. Okay, so go through this really slowly. Work through verse 1. Maybe I'll go back through that just because sometimes that can be the most complex part of this song, is sometimes we don't have enough time to, like I said, do that together right. You don't have enough time to pick up all 3 of those counts in your right hand. And so sometimes you have to switch to a new chord that picks up and makes up that 3-note pattern, or whatever you want to say. Okay, so let's go through verse 1 slowly together, starting on that G chord again. My hope is built on D chord, nothing less. Here we go to the G, then C, Jesus' blood, and D, righteousness. Okay, that D to the G is quick. Okay, let's start over with that that 2-line repetition here again. I dare not trust the D, sweetest frame G, but wholly lean on. These are quick. D, G. Okay. All right, you can do it. Small steps, baby steps get you to your end goal, right? All right, I'm going to play it beginning to end, and you can play and sing along with me, or just play along while I sing so that you can work out a lot of these kinks, because it takes some time, some practice, repetition to get it going more smoothly. All right, have a lot of fun. Here we go. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. When darkness veils his lovely face, I rest on his unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my anchor holds within the veil. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. When he shall come with trumpet sound, oh, may I then in him be found, dressed in his righteousness alone, faultless to stand before the throne. On Christ the Son